Texas Memorial Stadium. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Texas Longhorns. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
The Texas Longhorns enter this season with a ton of optimism. Coming off a 10-win year last year in a season where their young quarterback, Arch Manning, took significant steps ahead. They are so excited to see if they can improve and get back to the college football playoff this season. The offensive line grew from last year. More experience for this great young quarterback. We'll see if Arch Manning can take another step this season. Guys?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Longhorns headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Tigers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. He'll try it again. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Looking down the middle. The sure hands, it's Singleton. Turning it on. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And, man, you see it so many times, man. These crossing routes, like, it doesn't matter if it's zone or if it's man. Like, zone, you find the hole. Man, you run away from guys. And if you put the ball on the money, just like the QB did right there, that's what happens. The yards after the catch, man. You can keep going. Guys are so spread out, and you can make big plays on this offense.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. On the delay, it's Cobb. Maybe a crease. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Going to the run, it's Cobb. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive, and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk. And strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. It's got to make a statement.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
The Longhorns right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Hand off for Brown. Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Running the red zone, it's Brown. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
Motion from the wideout. Trying to get it in. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game. But defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB's looking for.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's Johnson.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. They're working that left side. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Runs for the tackle.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Cobb. Shakes a man, and he might take off. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Well, they're going to try to get this guy the football as many ways as they can. You're going to see it, obviously, in the running game, but here doing a nice job in the pass game, too. Leaking him out of the backfield, working the right side of the field. That's a nice game by the offense.
Auburn going to work with another first down. Running behind that left side. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. There's a better play there by the defense.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. So they gamble on 4th down in the first half, and man, does it pay off.
4th and long. I mean, wasn't just 4th and short. Nowadays, man, so much aggression in college football. And how about right there, 4th down and long? No problem. I got this in the first half.
Makes the grab. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
Second down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Running inside, it's Cobb. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Brown wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. On the move, it's Smothers. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The run inside, it's Brown. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Here's Manning to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Longhorns line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Wants to bring it back. Slips through the line. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. they've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The corners are walked up tight. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. They're able to ride him down, but not before he has flipped the field with a huge pickup on the play. And now they are set up coming out of the 2-minute timeout. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. Send the tight end in motion. Handoff, Washington running left. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Escapes the pressure going right. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for the score there.
Well, that's one of those as a quarterback. You're out on the perimeter of the field. You're trying to throw it in the end zone. You think you can fit it in there, but, man, you've got a lot of speed. Next time you're in that position, you might just decide to take off because you might just go score.
3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. The snap sets up the throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking for his man. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And he tacks on the extra point. Timeout called by the offense. They obviously saw something that gave them pause before this 2-point attempt. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Arch is going to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Wingo. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. He wants to change this route. Back to pass. It's Manning. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Booster, booster! Booster, booster!
Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Here's Arts to throw. With the catch, it's Wingo. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, ready? Red, slide. Go!
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Caught close to the marker. It's Brown. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Wants to throw it again. On the left side, here's Coleman. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Absolutely perfect. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellows, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the UCLA Bruins. And it's the Gators, looking to make it 3 straight to start the new year. They're already on top in the first half. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the standings.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Arch Madness. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Longhorns peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Back to throw, it's Manning. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I
don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Sweep, sweep. Booster, booster. There we go.
Throwing Manning. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Wants to adjust the pattern.
Flash, flash. 1852, soldier. 1852, soldier. Go, go.
Going to work in the air, it's Manning. Fires to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Well, you get the incompletion there on third down. You've still got a half of football basically to play. Do you trust your defense down one possession to get it back to give you a shot? If you don't, then you've got to stay out there and you've got to go for this, and you've got to dial up your best play to stay on the field.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. So here comes the Auburn offense. Basically everything they've tried has worked, scoring a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on their first 3 possessions. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Brown wants to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got him down quickly after the pick. But man, do you have to take care of the ball down here, and they didn't. They'll mark it at the 27.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit. The defense able to come up with a big pick.
The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter.
Here we go. Ready. Go, go.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Smothers. Got a little grass. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on first and goal.
Ready, go.
Striving for the goal line, loose football. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Good teams find ways to win and bad teams find ways to lose, and that's an example of that right there. You need a touchdown to tie or take the lead here in the second half. You've got a golden opportunity down in the red zone. You just can't put it on the ground.
The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. Using his feet. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Brown will throw it. Snagged out of the air. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's a give to Washington. Got enough for the 1st. There's a crease. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And when you can finish like that on the ground, why bother throwing an 88-yard run for the touchdown? On the run from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, and that's where his offense will go to work. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to end. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Texas! Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
And man, oh man, I don't know how you leave that guy open for the touchdown. Like some kind of miscommunication on the defense. He has had a big day. He's a go-to guy. Palmer, I don't know what you saw with your quarterback eyes, but it looked like a bust by the defense.
Yeah, and that's inexcusable by this defense because this guy's already burned you in this game. He's lighting you up. If there's anybody that you got to be aware of, if there's one player that you have to know where he's lined up every single play, it's him. So for the defense to allow him to be that wide open on that play at this point of the game, no bueno on D.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Brown wants to pass. Lets it fly. Got a man. It's Johnson. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Give to Washington again. Spins away from the defense. There's some room. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Washington. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Tigers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season.
David, I mean, you can take your hands away from your eyes. At this point, this thing is just defense optional. This is atrocious. Nobody wants to tackle in this game. Nobody wants to take an angle. It's another long touchdown. Great job by the running back. But when are these defenses going to show up?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's hard to watch, man. We've got to get lined up, make sure you're in the right gap. You can't jump out of your gap. You can't guess. And these defenses, they're giving up big.
He's got it out. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Longhorn. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown will throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Nimrod. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Makes the catch. It's Kane. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. After swapping ends in the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Might have a chance. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see
they've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Longhorns head out hoping to move the ball on this possession. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Throws to the wideout. Coleman open on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
The offense changing the play. To throw, Manning. Unloads to the wideout. With the catch, it's Wingo. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Fires to the wideout. Coleman's got it on the right side. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Manning to the air again. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. Like you got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day. But sometimes you can force it in when it's just not there. That was really good coverage. I know he's good, but be smart with the football and don't try to force it into closed windows.
Manning. Got it in the middle. It's Townsend. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Quarterback may change this route. Manning to throw for it on fourth. Unloads to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Brown wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Nimrod. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They go right back to him. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. He's looking to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Brown will throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on third down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Here's Manning to throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
Now the chance for perhaps the most rewarding one-yard drive in the history of football. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He might want another play. Arch is going to throw for it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Got his man on the right.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Firing. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
"90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Here's a give to Washington. Only able to pick up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Brown wants to pass. Escapes the pressure to his right. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Finds his man. It's Washington. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their third timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Looking to throw on first down. Fakes to grab. Open space at the 25. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
It's complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Auburn lines up quickly. They're still firing away even with this lead. He's got the tight end. And that is how we will wrap this one up.